Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be doing a review on a foundation, and this is the SAEM 3H stick foundation. If you guys are wondering why I have like messy hands, it's because I just came back from painting, and this is how my face looked like after 9 hours of wearing this foundation. So I'm really sorry you guys, but I really wanted to film the video before I shower and stuff, so if I look messy, I'm really sorry. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a review on this one. I know this one has came out for a while now, but I decided to give this one a try. They also have like the liquid foundation version, which I am assuming is probably like similar, but this is more of a stick version. What attracted me to this particular foundation is because it is so unique. It is like a triangular style or like pattern, and that way it just fit to all the tricky parts of your face, like the edge of your nose, your under eye circle, and like probably like on the side of your forehead as well. The other reason why I decided to get this is because I wanted to see what the difference is between this and the Hourglass one, because Hourglass, they're very well known for this particular foundation, which is also a triangular version. So if I put it together, it actually looks like, you probably can't tell, it just look at that, it looks almost identical, only the Hourglass looks bigger than the same one. And in regards of the weight, the Hourglass is actually 7.2 gram and the SAEM is actually 5.5 gram. And in regards to the price, completely different. I'll put it up here to show you guys, but yeah, for me, to be honest, like personally, I actually think it is a dupe. Like in regards of the coverage, it is supposed to be a very high coverage. So for me, when I first actually applied the SAEM on, I actually thought it was like a light to medium coverage, but actually once it actually set into a face, like it is actually pretty high coverage. It covered up a lot of my redness as well. In regards of the application, I actually prefer applying it with a puff rather than a blender, but surprisingly the finish turned out completely different. I actually like the turnout that I used the blender with rather than the puff, because somehow at the end of the day, the application where I used the puff, it looks a little bit cakey already, but it still looks very intact. It still looks very high coverage, but then the blender side, a lot of it has already faded off. So I guess the reason why it does that is because the blender contained, you know, water inside, which made the foundation more moisturizing than it's supposed to be. But then the puff itself, it just contained the actual moisture that it already has in the foundation, if that makes sense. So for me, when I use this again, which I probably will, I will prime my face completely, because every time I do a first impression of review, I don't use any primer because I want to see how the turnout is like. So my next step is to actually use primer and then use the foundation and then pat it with the puff to actually make it more long lasting. Yeah, that's what I feel. But in regards of the application, it's very smooth. It feels very soft on the face. It feels like the smoothness and the texture really feels like the Hourglass as well. But Hourglass definitely have way more coverage and probably like way more shades, because the SAEM one, it only has like 3 shades, and my shade that I got was the darkest, which is number 25. But honestly, it is like so affordable. Like I already like it a lot. Now I'm gonna do the ratings, and I'm gonna rate it by the longevity, by the moisture, the coverage, and the price. So I've had this on for 9 hours. Longevity, I would have to give this 4.5 out of 5, to be honest, because I actually still like how it turned out in the end. I can start to see that it's starting to get really oily on my T-zone area, but it's actually not that obvious considering that I've been doing so much work today. Like I didn't even think about what's on my face, like you can tell, and it's still very intact. It still look pretty good. I mean, it will look so much better when I actually put primer on. I probably don't need to set it because it is like a silky to matte finish. I can't really see any of my dry patches as well, which I'm really happy. But longevity, definitely 4.5 out of 5 because it is actually pretty long lasting. In regards of the moisture, I'm actually gonna give this 5 out of 5 because it is actually very moisturizing. And again, because I do have dry skin, I can't really see any of my dry patches which I'm really happy about, which is great. Yeah, it just feels very moisturizing. It feels very comfortable on the face. In regards of the coverage, I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5. The reason why I'm giving 4 out of 5 is because without the foundation, without primer, I can actually see some of my pores around my left side of my cheek, not much on the right side. Now the coverage, again, for me, this is a pretty high coverage for a Korean foundation. If I were to say a Western foundation, I wouldn't say that high coverage, but for a Korean foundation, this actually surprises me quite a lot. And this one you can actually build up with the foundation itself, which I did for some of my pimples and my nose area, but my nose area has already faded a little bit, but it's okay. Like, the coverage is actually pretty good, so I'm actually very impressed with that. And the price itself for this foundation, I consider it really affordable. When I got it, it was only like $10.99 USD, which I thought was really cheap. And this foundation, even though I use a lot, it doesn't feel like I did. I will show you like how much is actually left on this foundation. So I think this will actually last quite a while. Look at that, I still have like so much. I'm still twisting. Oh yeah, so this is how much is left now still. Like, I think that is pretty good. So for me, I would actually rate this 5 out of 5 as well. Like, I don't think I've given such a high rating for a foundation for a long time now, but this actually really impresses me. Like, I really think like this is actually a dupe for like for those who have lighter skin, for those who really don't want to spend so much money on this particular Hourglass foundation. I think this is like a perfect dupe to actually try before you want to get this. You know, if you're keen on, you know, getting the Hourglass, definitely give this SAEM a go. And then if you really like the SAEM, you will love the Hourglass one. Like, I still love this Hourglass dearly, but because of the cost, like, I am very careful with like how much I actually use for this. I hope you guys find this review helpful. I actually really do like this foundation a lot. So yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.